This past weekend, just finished yesterday, is Shavuot. It was Shavuot. What kind of holiday is that? Most Jewish people don't even know what it is and don't even care. But we Orthodox Jews, we keep it because it's a very important holiday. One of the most important, if you want to think about it, is when the Jewish nation got the Ten Commandments from Mount Sinai. How could it be more important than that? Because that's a summary of all the Jewish laws together, just a summary. The Ten Commandments contains every law. If we seek it, yes, we have to learn it. And what do we do on Shavuot? We have flowers everywhere. Every synagogue has flowers and leaves. Every home has flowers and leaves because it's also spring. It's supposed to make you happy. So what is the Ten Commandments? We, the Jewish people, have a different Ten Commandments than the Catholics and the Protestants. Nobody knows that. We don't pay attention to that. But I'm here today to tell you. The first two commandments is, I am the Lord your God. Number 2, thou shalt have no other gods before you. So those two commandments the Catholics don't want because it's exclusivity that God is our only God. Because the Catholics have the Trinity. So they have 3 different things to say, not one. So that means they take away the first one and the first 2, and they move all their commandments up. So they have different numbers. So when a Catholic school says we want to put on all the commandments on the school system, the Jewish people object. They say, because they're not the same, they'll take the Catholic ones. But people don't know, so they just say, why are we objecting? What do we care? Because they're not the same. We don't involve religion in the religious laws. Religious law has to be separate in a state. In America, we separate it. Okay, so what are the first 2 commandments that the Christians don't want? I am the Lord your God. And the second says, thou shalt have no other gods before you. So how could we Jewish people keep it? It's only a statement. It's not even a law. How do we keep the first 2 commandments? You do not realize how. By saying 3 times a day, Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu. Hear, Israel, God is our God. That's number 1. Hashem Echad. God is exclusive. He is one. Thou shalt have no other gods before you. So just by saying Shema Yisrael every day, would you believe we are keeping the first 2 commandments, which is fabulous. Now we have to know that the commandments, what are they? They are written on 2 sides, 2 tablets. So what's the side on the right? That's between man and God. What's the side on the left? Between man and man. The one between man and God, those are written here on the right. But the one on the left, thou shalt not murder, thou shalt not steal, that's between man and man. So why is number 5 commanded? Why does it say, honor your mother and father? And that's on the right side. That is a commandment that should belong between man and man. Honor your mother and father. No, because if you don't honor your mother and father, the entire religion falls by the wayside. If you say, I'm a big doctor, but my father's only a shoemaker, why should I honor him? Why should I keep anything that he teaches me? Teach me the commandment. Why should I be like him? Keep the Sabbath. So therefore, I don't honor my mother and father, then I'm not religious anymore. The whole religion goes. We don't realize that. So what is commandment number 10? It says, thou shalt not envy. Envy is jealousy, destroys everything in your life. Once you envy, you commit adultery and you steal. Therefore, That's the bottom line. If you don't keep commandment number 10, everything falls by the wayside. If you don't keep number 5, then of course, then you're not going to be religious, you're not going to learn, you're not going to emulate your parents. That's what we have to learn from the 10 Commandments, you understand? But I always say a joke with my Instagram, and so I have to tell you, when God created the world, created Adam, he was alone, one person. God said to Adam, I'm going to give you a helpmate. And of course, as you know, he gave Eve to her in the Garden of Eden. He gave Eve to him. Adam was in love with Eve. She was so beautiful. Everything was fine. He was happy. But he said to God, I want to ask you something. Why you made her so beautiful? Why did you make Eve so stupid? God looked at him and said, you want to know something? I made her so stupid so she would marry a man. Ha, 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 so she would marry you. Well, I hope you love my Instagram today. Thank you very much.